Lita, I think I am officially going to be a lonely, sad old man living alone with exactly 75 cats. Making a brand new friend as a 30-year-old adult is absolutely terrifying.
75 cats? Oh my goodness, Sam. You do not even like cleaning up the floor after one single dog. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another incredibly friendly and slightly awkward episode of the English Unscripted podcast. I am Lita.
And I am Sam. And today, guys, we are talking about a very beautiful but incredibly complicated topic, friendship, making human connections, and why it is so physically difficult to find a new best friend when you were an adult.
Exactly. When you are 5 years old, you just share a plastic toy in the dirt. You smile and boom, you are brothers for life. But as adults, it is a completely different, complicated game. We are dividing this emotional journey into three exciting chapters today. First, we will talk about the absolute awkwardness of trying to approach a complete stranger for friendship. Then, in chapter 2, we dive into the heavy reality of maintaining long-distance friendships. And finally, chapter 3 is all about the huge, dangerous difference between toxic friends and true, loyal friends.
3 chapters of pure friendship therapy. But wait, Lita, before I tell you about my terrible, awkward conversation at the local coffee shop yesterday, we have a very important physical mission for our amazing listeners today.
Oh, absolutely. It is challenge time, guys. What is the big strategy for our language learners today, Muscular Sam?
Listeners, if you truly want to build strong, powerful English muscles, you cannot just sit on the comfortable sofa and listen to us once. You have to treat this podcast episode exactly like a heavy, sweaty workout at the local gym.
A heavy workout at the gym. I absolutely love that. How does the gym method actually work for our students' brains?
Well, the first time you listen to the funny story, you're just doing a nice, gentle warm-up stretch. You listen to my awkward social life, you smile, and you get your brain ready. But the second time, you walk straight over to the heavy iron weights. You pause the video, you lift the heavy B2 vocabulary words, and you repeat them out loud until your brain is completely sweating.
Yes, lift those heavy vocabulary dumbbells, guys. Build your fluency muscles. So, Sam, please tell me why you are going to buy 75 cats. Did you scare another poor person away with your amazing social skills?
I basically did, Lita. I was sitting at a small, round wooden table at the local coffee shop yesterday, drinking my hot black Americano, and I saw a very cool guy sitting across the room. He was wearing a fantastic vintage band t-shirt, and he was reading my absolute favorite science fiction comic book. I thought to my brain, wow, this guy is awesome. He could be my brand new best friend.
Oh, that is a perfect match, Sam. You already have two huge, important things in common. You just need to walk over, say hello politely, and start a normal, casual conversation about the comic book.
A normal conversation? Lita, asking another grown man to be your friend feels exactly like asking a stranger on a romantic date, but it's actually much weirder. My heart was beating so incredibly fast. I stared at his table for 20 whole minutes, trying to figure out how to safely approach him without looking like a completely crazy, dangerous person.
Wait, Sam, let us pause your coffee shop panic for a second. I think that is a highly essential, very physical vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Approach.
Yes, approach. It's an excellent formal verb that means to slowly walk near or physically move closer to someone or something. It also means to start talking to someone for the very first time about a specific topic, like asking a stranger to be your new best friend.
Listeners, please practice this essential B2 level word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Walk towards the table.
Approach.
Approach. So, I finally gathered all my courage, Lita. I stood up, I walked over to his table, and I tried to approach him with a very cool, relaxed smile. But I was so incredibly nervous that my hand completely hit my own hot coffee cup, and I spilled dark brown Americano all over my clean white shoes.
Spilling coffee on your own shoes before you even say hello? That is the absolute ultimate icebreaker, Sam. Did he laugh at you, or did he actually help you clean up the terrible mess? And that actually makes me very curious about our wonderful listeners.
Oh, yes, listeners, we have our first very important, highly awkward question for you right now. Is it completely impossible to make new friends as an adult? Have you ever tried to approach a stranger to be friends and failed terribly like me?
Tell us your funniest, most awkward friendship stories in the comments down below. We desperately need to know that Sam is not the only adult who struggles with this. So, Sam, did the cool guy run away from the crazy coffee monster, or did you actually manage to speak real English words to him?
He did not run away, Lita. He just slowly looked down at my completely soaked dark brown shoes, and then he looked up at my bright yellow banana jacket, and he silently handed me one single, very small white paper napkin.
One tiny paper napkin for a massive Americano disaster. He probably thought you were a complete walking chaotic mess, Sam. What did you actually say to him? Did you calmly introduce yourself like a normal, functioning adult?
I completely failed, Lita. I wanted to be super cool and casual. I wanted to say, let me clean this up, and then let me buy you a fresh cup of coffee to apologize. But my brain completely panicked, and I spoke so incredibly slowly, exactly like a broken robot. I said, let me buy coffee. I sounded completely terrified.
Wait a minute, guys. Listeners, I have a fantastic native secret for you right here. Did you hear how Sam just pronounced the words let me? He separated them completely and sounded like a nervous, boring robot.
Wait, did I fail at basic English pronunciation too, Lita? I thought let me was grammatically perfect.
It is perfect for a serious grammar test, Sam, but when native speakers are talking very fast or when we are trying to be friendly and casual at a coffee shop, we almost never say, let me. We smash the two words together and just say, lemme, lemme.
Oh, wow. Let me clean this up. Let me buy you a hot coffee. That sounds so much more relaxed and confident. It completely removes the awkward robotic feeling from the sentence.
Exactly. Try using Lemmy when you're offering to help a friend or buying someone a drink, guys. It's a brilliant secret trick to make you sound completely natural and friendly. So, Sam, did you actually say, let me buy you a coffee and become his best friend forever?
I did not, Lita. I grabbed his tiny white napkin, I completely panicked, and I just yelled, I love green aliens! And I ran straight out the glass door as fast as possible. I ran all the way home in my wet, sticky shoes. So my new coffee shop friend is completely gone forever, and the local pet store is preparing my 75 cats right now.
I love green aliens. Oh my goodness, Sam. The green alien painting trauma strikes again. You are officially the most awkward 30-year-old man in the entire city. But honestly, even if you don't run out of coffee shops yelling about aliens, making a brand new friend is incredibly exhausting. We are all so busy with our stressful jobs, our families, and our daily routines. It takes a massive amount of physical energy to build a new connection from absolute zero.
It really does. And the crazy thing is, even when you already have amazing, wonderful friends from your childhood, keeping them in your life as you grow older is almost as hard as making new ones. People move to different cities, they get married, they get busy with their bald corporate managers, and suddenly you don't see them for 6 entire months.
Exactly. Maintaining that deep connection takes real intentional effort, Sam. You can't just share a plastic toy in the dirt anymore. Which brings us perfectly to chapter 2 of our emotional journey today. Listeners, grab your mobile phones and your old photo albums because we are going to dive into the heavy, complicated reality of long distance friendships and why ignoring your best friend's text messages is the absolute worst thing you can do.
Lita, I have to confess that I am the absolute worst friend in the entire digital world. I have a terrible modern disease. I reply to my friends' text messages completely in my head, and I never actually type the words on my glass screen.
The invisible mental reply. Oh my goodness, Sam. Every single person in the world suffers from that exact same disease. You look at the bright screen, you say to yourself, oh, I will reply properly in exactly 5 minutes, and suddenly it is the year 2030 and you are a terrible human being.
Exactly. My old best friend from university, Mark, sent me a very long, beautiful message last month. He asked about my life, my health, and my crazy new job with the bald manager. But when my phone buzzed and I received his lovely message, I was standing in my kitchen stirring my terrible sweet garlic mushroom soup.
Oh no, the cursed sweet garlic soup strikes again. It completely ruins your food, and now it is destroying your beautiful friendship, Sam. Your hands were completely full of hot, sticky garlic.
They were. So I looked at the bright phone screen, I smiled at his message, I created the absolute perfect funny reply in my brain, and I completely forgot about it. I didn't wrote back to him for 3 entire weeks, Lita.
Wait, Sam. I didn't wrote back? The strict English grammar police are breaking down your kitchen door right now. After the negative helping verb didn't, we absolutely never use the past tense. You have to use the clean base form of the verb. You didn't write back. Did not write.
Oh, right. Thank you, Officer Lita. I didn't write back. My brain is completely destroyed by the guilt. When you do not answer a good friend for 3 whole weeks, it feels so incredibly awkward to finally send a message. You feel like you completely neglect the friendship, and you just want to throw your phone out the window.
Wait, Sam, let us pause your terrible guilt for a second. I think that is a beautifully sad, highly important vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Neglect.
Yes, neglect. It's a powerful formal verb that means to completely fail to care for someone or something properly, like ignoring a dying green house plant or completely forgetting my poor best friend Mark.
Listeners, please practice this essential B2 level word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Do not forget your good friends.
Neglect.
Neglect. I really did neglect him, Lita. And the crazy thing is, I actually think about him all the time. I see a funny video on the internet, or I eat a terrible hot dog at a muddy music festival, and I instantly think, oh, Mark would absolutely love this crazy story. But I never actually pick up the heavy phone and call his number.
Because calling a phone number today feels like a massive, terrifying life event, Sam. In the past, people talked on the telephone for 5 hours straight. Now, if my mobile phone actually rings loudly, I completely panic. I stare at the screen, and I treat the phone exactly like a dangerous, ticking bomb. And that actually makes me very curious about our busy listeners.
Oh, absolutely, listeners. We have our second very guilty question for you right now. Are you a terrible digital friend like me? Do you reply to text messages completely in your mind and forget to type the actual words for 3 weeks?
Tell us your absolute worst texting habits down in the comments. We desperately need to know that we are not the only terrible friends on the internet. So, Sam, did you finally write a real message to poor Mark, or did you just send him a picture of a green alien to apologize? A green alien picture to apologize for 3 entire weeks of silence? That is exactly why you need 75 cats, Sam. You have absolutely zero communication skills. What did you actually write to poor Mark?
I finally decided to be completely honest, Lita. I sent him a very long 3-minute audio message. I explained the terrible sweet garlic soup explosion in my kitchen, my completely sticky hands, and my terrible mental reply disease. And you know what happened?
Did he block your phone number forever and move to a completely different country?
No, he replied exactly 2 minutes later with a giant crying laughing face. He said he completely understood because he was currently hiding in his own dark bedroom from his 2 screaming children. It was exactly like no time had passed at all. We immediately reconnected.
That is the absolute beauty of a true, deep friendship from your childhood, Sam. You can completely vanish for a month, but when you finally talk, the connection is instantly repaired. But honestly, if you do not make that small, intentional effort, it's so incredibly easy to just slowly lose the relationship entirely.
It really is, Lita. If you do not schedule a quick phone call exactly like a serious corporate business meeting with the bald manager, the busy months just fly by. Suddenly, you don't know anything about your friend's life anymore. You just slowly start to completely drift apart from them.
Wait, Sam, let us pause your sad reality for a second. I think that is a very emotional, highly important vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Drift.
Yes, drift. It's an excellent verb that literally means to be carried slowly by a gentle river or a quiet wind. But in human relationships, to drift apart means to slowly become less friendly or completely lose contact with someone over a long period of time without any big angry fight.
Listeners, please practice this beautiful, slightly sad B2 level word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Do not lose your good friends.
Drift.
Drift. I really did not want to drift apart from Mark, Lita. He's a fantastic guy who never laughs at my bright yellow banana jacket. He's an absolute keeper.
He is definitely a keeper, Sam. A true friend accepts all your crazy, weird fashion choices. But sadly, not every single person in our busy lives is a loyal, wonderful Mark. Sometimes we accidentally let very negative, heavy people into our close circle, and they completely drain our physical energy, exactly like a dark, gloomy rain cloud. Which brings us perfectly to the third and final chapter of our emotional journey today. Listeners, put your mobile phones down and prepare your strong boundaries because we are going to explore the dangerous, exhausting world of toxic friendships and how to finally cut the heavy ropes and protect your absolute peace of mind.
Lita, I realized something very dark yesterday. Some people in this world are not actually normal human beings. They are literal, physical energy vampires who just want to suck all the bright happiness completely out of your brain.
Energy vampires. That is the absolute perfect, terrifying description, Sam. We all have that one specific person in our phone contacts who only calls when the sky is completely gloomy and their life is a total disaster. They never call to share good news.
Exactly. I used to have a very negative coworker named Kevin. He was the absolute king of the vampires, Lita. Every single Friday afternoon, right before the happy weekend, my phone would ring, and for 45 solid minutes, he would just completely complain about his loud neighbors, his cold coffee, and our terrible, strict, bald manager.
Oh, 45 minutes of pure, heavy negativity is a massive burden, Sam. It completely ruins your weekend vibe. Did you try to change the subject to something fun and vibrant, like a muddy music festival or a crazy new hobby?
I tried everything, Lita. One day, I was so incredibly excited because I finally finished painting my beautiful masterpiece, my famous green alien. I proudly told Kevin, hey, I painted an amazing alien today. And he literally just sighed very loudly into the phone and said, painting is a complete waste of time, Sam. And by the way, your bright yellow banana jacket gives me a terrible headache.
Oh, wow, that is incredibly rude and toxic. A true friend supports your weird alien art and completely defends your crazy fashion choices. When someone only takes your positive energy and never ever gives anything back, it completely drains your mental battery to absolute zero.
Wait, Lita, let us pause your battery analysis for a second. I think that is a wonderfully physical, highly necessary vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Drain.
Yes, drain. It is an excellent verb that literally means to make water or liquid flow out of something completely, like a bathtub. But emotionally, to drain someone means to make them feel completely exhausted, tired, and empty of all their physical and mental energy, like talking to Kevin for 5 minutes.
Listeners, please practice this essential B2 level word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Protect your battery.
Drain.
Drain.
A toxic friend will completely drain your happiness, Sam. They use you as a free emotional trash can, and they never ask how you're actually feeling. And that actually makes me very curious about our brave listeners.
Oh, absolutely. Listeners, we have our third and final very dramatic question for you right now. Have you ever had a toxic friend or an energy vampire in your life who completely drained your battery?
Tell us your dramatic vampire survival stories in the comments down below. Did you finally cut the heavy rope and walk away, or are they still calling you every Friday? We desperately need to know how you protect your personal peace of mind. So, Sam, did you actually tell Kevin to stop calling you, or did you just throw your expensive phone into the ocean?
I did not throw my expensive phone into the ocean, Sam. I actually used my absolute worst, most terrible cooking disaster to save my own life. Wait, you did not poison poor Kevin with your sweet garlic mushroom soup, did you? That is a complete crime, Sam.
I did not poison him. I just invited him to my apartment for a nice Friday dinner. He walked in and immediately started complaining about our strict, bald manager. So I served him a giant hot bowl of the black, sticky garlic soup, and then I put on my bright yellow banana jacket and just stared at him in complete silence while he tried to eat it.
You stared at him in a yellow suit while feeding him garlic glue? He probably thought you were completely insane, Sam.
He absolutely did. He looked at the thick, terrible soup, he looked at my crazy yellow jacket, and he literally ran out of my front door. He has never called me on a Friday afternoon ever again. My weekend is completely peaceful, quiet, and vampire-free now.
That is honestly the most hilarious, ridiculous way to end a toxic relationship, Sam. But jokes aside, protecting your physical and mental energy is incredibly important. You have to draw a very thick, invisible line around your personal life and create strong, healthy boundaries to keep the vampires out.
Wait, Lita, let us pause your excellent psychological advice right there. I think that is the absolute perfect, highly essential vocabulary word to finish our lesson today. Boundaries.
Yes, boundaries. It is a very powerful noun that describes the invisible emotional limits or strict rules that you create to protect yourself from being completely drained, used, or hurt by other people, like refusing to answer long negative phone calls or saying no to things you hate.
Listeners, please practice this fantastic B2 level word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Draw that invisible line.
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Setting strong boundaries feels very scary at first, Sam, because you do not want to be a mean, angry person. But a true, loyal friend like Mark completely respects your boundaries. They understand when you need to be a quiet, tired burrito, and they never make you feel guilty for it.
That is so incredibly true, Lita. True friendship is a beautiful mutual exchange of good energy, funny stories, and full support. It is not just one person complaining about the rainy weather for 50 entire years.
Exactly. You want friends who make the sunny days more vibrant and the gloomy days a little bit warmer. And speaking of warm, supportive friends, Sam, I think it is time to give our amazing listeners their final mission for today.
Oh, absolutely. Before we close the coffee shop doors for today, we have a very special request for all of you. Learning a heavy, complicated language like English is a long journey, and nobody should ever do it completely alone.
Yes, we want you to find your absolute perfect study buddy. We want you to share this exact podcast episode with one true, loyal friend who is also trying to learn English, or maybe just someone who really needs a good laugh today.
Challenge your best friend to listen to the whole crazy story, practice the heavy vocabulary words together, and see who actually remembers the meaning of boundaries tomorrow morning.
Having a dedicated study buddy makes the heavy lifting so much easier, guys. So hit that share button, send it to your friend, and make sure you both hit subscribe to officially join the English Unscripted family. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Protect your energy, call your true friends, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.